Hey guys, Colin here with Main Street Wolf. In today's video, we're going to be talking about cryptocurrency storage and the different wallets that you can use to store your cryptocurrency. This video is really geared towards beginners that are new to the space, and right now the only interaction they've had with a wallet is just buying a cryptocurrency on an exchange and just leaving it there. So if you've heard of paper wallets, hardware wallets, software wallets, local wallets, this video we're going to go over starting with the exchanges, kind of the pros and cons to each wallet, along with which one is the most secure and then which one is the most convenient. So stay tuned. Let's take a step back and talk about just wallets in general and kind of what their general purpose is. Really, when you're looking at a cryptocurrency wallet, you're looking at a place where you're storing key pairings. You have public keys that are mathematically connected to private keys. And public keys are used to put out there and have people send to a public address where your cryptocurrency, whatever is being sent, is sitting on that public key. And then you use a private key in order to send out the cryptocurrency, and you have to sign a transaction when you're broadcasting out to whatever network that you're using. So that's just the purpose of wallets, is just to hold on to those key pairings so you can actually spend whatever cryptocurrency you have. So let's jump into exchange wallets. Now for me, I've kept my cryptocurrency on an exchange for a while just because it is by far the most convenient way to store your cryptocurrency. Because if you think about it, you buy whatever cryptocurrency you want with some fiat and you just leave it on an exchange. You don't have to move it anywhere after you buy it. You just leave it there, and whenever you want to spend it, send it, receive it, you just go to your exchange. It's one place and you have access to it. The issue with that is the fact that you don't actually own the private keys when you keep your cryptocurrency on an exchange. So there's a level of trust there that the private company, the centrally owned company, won't screw you over somehow or get hacked like Mt. Gox, and you could potentially lose all your cryptocurrency. And it's not technically your fault, but there's no one to go to, because once the cryptocurrency is sent, there's no way of getting it back. You're kind of your own bank. That's kind of one of the whole thing about cryptocurrencies, is you don't need a bank. So if the cryptocurrency is stolen or hacked on an exchange, you're kind of screwed. So that's obviously a con. The security isn't in your hands, and if something happens, you're kind of just shit out of luck. And then we have software wallets, or you may have heard local wallets, and these are just, it's basically just a software program that you download onto your computer, and it's encrypted. You have a password, a recovery phrase that you use in order to recover your cryptocurrency wallet if for some reason your computer craps out, or for some reason you forget your password. You can use a recovery phrase to get all your funds and be able to spend your cryptocurrency. Now, with software wallets or local wallets, whichever one you want to say, the biggest issue is the fact that it is connected to the internet. And when you're connected to the internet, you're opening yourself up to malware or viruses that are kind of just lurking in the background, waiting for you to open, let's say for an example, a Bitcoin wallet. And what will happen is when you open it, a screenshot will happen, and they can get your password or recovery phrase or private keys, and they're able to recover your wallet on a different computer and basically steal all your funds that way. They don't have to know your password necessarily, they just take a screenshot. So that's obviously a downside with the local wallet, which it's a little more convenient, just because you log in with a password, all your coins are there, and you can send and receive based on the software, and they can have things. The user interface is easier to use. Now with hardware wallets, you have things like the Ledger Nano S, or you may have heard of the Trezor. These are hardware wallets that keep your private keys on a device that will never be connected to the internet, and the private keys stay on this USB, and essentially there's no case that's been known where people can access the private keys on these USB hardware wallets. Now, when you're setting up a hardware wallet, it's kind of the same situation. You have a recovery phrase and a PIN, and you set that all up. Now the difference though is it's never on your computer screen. It's all on this little device. It has a little interface that will basically have the recovery phrase on there and the PIN, and so there's no way that anyone could have access to that information when you're plugging it in. And then you download a kind of a separate wallet that works with this, and you can have you can create public addresses for people to send cryptocurrency to, and when you want to send it, you use this to confirm that you want to sign a transaction, and the private key still doesn't leave this hardware wallet. So this is pretty much as secure as it gets in terms of wallets. So that is a hardware wallet. Really, it's just a way to keep your private keys offline and pretty secure. Now, the problem with this is, let's say you have the recovery phrase or the recovery words and this, and for some reason your house burns down or something and you lose both the hardware wallet and the recovery words. You're kind of screwed also, because hey, these are physical things, and if you lose both of them and you don't know the recovery phrase, you can't have access to whatever cryptocurrency you have. And I know it does sound crazy. It's like, hey, I'm storing these things because if they both blow up or get destroyed, I won't have access to my money. But that's the whole point of cryptocurrency, right? You don't need a bank. So yeah, this is a hardware wallet. And then lastly, we have a paper wallet, which really a paper wallet you can generate from a local wallet or software wallet. What you do is you have to kind of download the software without being connected to the internet, because once again, you don't want anyone to be able to take a screenshot of your computer while you're looking up your private key. And for a paper wallet, you are using a software wallet to generate a private key and a public key, but it will show up on your screen. And what you're doing is you'll print out the private key, and you want to keep that separate, and you'll hand out your public key, and people can send whatever cryptocurrency is to that one public key. Now the problem with paper wallet is obviously this is like a long-term thing. You don't want to constantly be creating new public keys and new private keys and having tens of thousands of private keys. That'd just be a giant pain. So really, it's for the people that are trying to have one address and then not be able to access it, for 5 or 10 years or something like that. For me, that's not the most convenient way. It is also secure, but you have to remember that at any point during the creation of this paper wallet, you don't want to be connected to the internet, or when you're sending the information to your printer for printing out a private key, You want to make sure that your printer can't be attacked. I know it sounds crazy, but this is how, you know, hackers can get people's cryptocurrency funds. Just they'll lurk, they'll wait for a couple years, and then spend all your cryptocurrency without you ever knowing what happened. So yeah, guys, that's kind of my take on the different wallets you can use. I think the best one, in my opinion, is just using a hardware wallet. It combines the best security as of now. And yes, it may be less convenient, but if you're looking for long-term storage for large amounts of money, I would say the hardware wallet's kind of like a savings account, whereas maybe an exchange or a software wallet is more like a checking account where you use it for convenience, but smaller amounts just in case if something goes wrong. Thanks guys for watching this video. I hope you learned something. If you enjoyed the video, please give a thumbs up and consider subscribing to Main Street Wolf, where we talk anything money, fintech, cryptocurrency, personal finance. Those are some of the topics. So thanks again for watching, and have a great day.